Welcome to Dragonfly Trading. My name is Carrie, and I'm a full-time Elliott Wave trader in the crypto and Forex markets. Today's video is going to be an update on Bitcoin and ETH. I would like to add some altcoins on a regular basis, so if you do have a request, please put it in the comments below and I will add them to my next video. I thought my headband was appropriate for today. We could crash or we could moon, right? Our Discord is open. It is a educational / TA based Discord. I plan to teach you everything that is in my head over the years of experience of Elliott Wave and all of the other knowledge I have. So the link is in the description below. We would love to have you. All right, so let's get started. So I have moving averages on my chart today. I don't normally use them on a regular basis, but I thought I'd add them in today. So as you see, in the prior bull run, we used the 20 for support. That is the white one. I have the 20, the 50, the 100, and the 200. We use the white one as support. When we break through, it's not ugly until we break through the 50. Once we break through the 50 is when we usually end up in a bear market. As you can see here, once we broke through the 20 and the 50, we went into the bear market. This, whether you want to call that a bear market or not, it's up to you. So where we're at now, the 20 is sitting right at 48,715, right on the top of this prior one that we've been talking about. So that would be a very nice place to hold. Now, unfortunately, the 50 is right underneath it. So if we break through, yeah, I'm not going to like that too much, but let's not get bearish until we have to, right? So you can add these to your chart and pay attention to them. Also, what I was going to show today as a little extra tidbit is what we call the Gaussian channel. When we enter into this channel, we have always had a bear market. When we enter into the channel, bear market. Enter into the channel, bear market. As we stand right now, we're riding across the top of it. So we are not in this channel yet. You can add this to your chart. Interesting little indicator there. All right, so while we're on indicators, let's go ahead and look at the RSI. When we were in this bull run, we ranged between 50 and we pushed way up into the 90s, up above this red zone. We held 50 as support every time until we got into this triangle, descending triangle, whatever you want to call it, and we were holding 40. It wasn't until we broke through 40 that we had this rollover right here. So on a weekly time frame, we had significant bearish divergence. You can see it clearly here. We will have bearish divergence like this between a B wave and a fifth wave. And we'll talk about that. Bearish divergence, top of the band, rejected in red zone. So what needs to happen here on the weekly time frame is we need to hold the 50. That would be the best scenario. Hold the 50, kick on out of here, up above the red zone, and get back into the bull run. If we come down to the 40, We don't need to panic just yet, but we absolutely need to hold that 40 on a weekly time frame. Let's move on down to the daily and let's talk about the corrections that we have left to us. Okay? And I'm going to go over this quickly because I've gone over it once before. All right. So we're going to go with the most conservative first because, and that's on linear. So the first correction is what we call a running flat, which is an A. This in the middle would have to be a 3-wave move, B, and then we come down for C. This B wave is what we call the expanded B pocket, which is these fib levels right here. The 1.05, 1.236, 1.382, pulling a fib extension from the high to the low of your A wave. The B wave can come as high as it wants to here. It just absolutely cannot hit the 1.618 sitting at 87,331. Which means, yes, we could get another leg to the upside and it still be a B wave. But so far right now we have hit the pocket. So B wave could be in. I'm going to delete this off for a cleaner chart. So if we make this correction, it's called a running flat, where we protect our A wave and make a higher low. If we break the A wave and come on down, and I'm going to put this back on log so it don't look so horrible, and fill these gaps, it's called an expanded flat. We will still be okay as long as we do not come into our wave 1, which is right here. So this can come on down, fill these gaps, and it needs to not come into wave 1. At that point, if this even happens, we need to come out of this correction with a 5-wave move. This has to happen. We absolutely cannot make some kind of flat here corrective move. That will be a connector that will end up being a partner leg for all of this, and that is going to get ugly, and that's will end up in a bear market. But let's not worry about this until it happens. If we make the C wave, that's the running flat, and we do not break the A wave, same scenario, guys. We need a 5-wave move. 100%, we have to have a 5-wave move. We cannot have a connector type move. If that happens, same thing. We're going to end up trending further down. Okay? So, and I don't know why my computer is jumping like that, all weird. The only other correction we have available to us left is the triangle, which I really wouldn't want this B to go much higher. And all of these waves need to be 3. So we've got 3, we would have 3, we'd come down in 3, 3, 3, and then out of here for the 5th wave. If we make the triangle, we can pretty much guarantee ourselves that we're going to go out for a 5th wave, because triangles can only happen in certain waves. Fourth waves, which that would ring true for where we're at. B waves, X waves, Y waves. And I don't see any other wave it could be if we make a triangle here other than a fourth. And then we would get the fifth to the upside. Okay, let's take a look at RSI on the daily. So right now, we have bullish divergence. It's here. So basically, the RSI has moved down much faster than price has. Now, we don't have it between this pivot and this pivot here, but we do have it slightly almost between this pivot and this pivot. If it comes on down to 30, it's beautiful. We have a straight across motion here, and we have confirmed bullish divergence. You could argue that we have it, but this is an upward motion, and this is still a slightly upward motion. I'd like to see it have a flat level. Okay. And I know I say okay a lot. It's just something that I've tried not to do, but I just keep doing it. So bear with me. I know that it can get a little, I sometimes watch my videos again and I'm like, how many times are you going to say okay? But anyways. And I almost said it again and I kept myself from doing it. All right, so we have this trend line here. Let's talk about the bull scenarios. The bull scenarios are, the first one is that we've made a 1 and a 2. This is going to be a 1 and a 2 that should hold this trend line. Then we're going to kick up for our 3, our 4, and our 5. That'll be way up there moon style. If this is a 1, 2, 1, 2, we're talking about a crazy, crazy third wave for a fifth. Like, the fifth wave is going to get overextended for sure if this is a 1, 2, 1, 2. These are big 1, 2s and 1, 2s if that is the case. The other bull scenario is that we've made a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and a 5. And now we are coming down for a correction that will be our wave 2. Now that, if that's the correction, if this is the count and that's the correction and that's all we're going to get, that's a very shallow wave 2. I would expect something a little more than that if this is the count. Something along these lines here, at least. But invalidation is way down here. Okay? So this wave 2 can come very deep, or it could be shallow. So let's think about here quickly what we have available to us. We have the A, the B, and the C coming down. We have the 1, 2, 1, 2. This 2 for the second 2 doesn't completely get invalidated until we break the bottom here at 40,500. But I really want to see it hold the trend line. Or if it's not going to hold the trend line, I want it to find support right here on top of the prior one. Okay. And then the other bull is that we're creating a 1 and a 2. So what do you see here, guys? All of them are leaning pretty much in the same direction, except this 1, 2, 1, 2 might hold this trend line here. So basically it's right in front of our eyes here that we're looking for a big area that's going to be a buy. The only other one would be the expanded flat that breaks down lower. But we will know regardless, because with all of these, every single one of them, no matter which one it is, we need a 5-wave move. Nothing else can we get. This has to be it to confirm that we are going and this is done. At any time, if any of these makes a corrective wave, then it's time to de-risk because we're coming down further. So I'm going to go down to the lower time frame now. I don't usually go down this low, but I am for this video because I know that people are wondering, is this red-green candle it? Have we bottomed? So right now, I see this as corrective. If you take a look right here, we had this flat 3-wave move. Then we had this, let's see, some type of correction here, and up we went like this. So basically what I'm getting at, we had this little sideways 4th wave correction. That, I feel, is exactly what we're doing here again. And we're going to roll over. But let's take a look at it. A little closer here. So we have ABC. ABC. And now looks like we're making ABC. Pull a fib extension. And basically what we're doing here is climbing correctively with a W, an X, and a Y, or ABC. So here pretty soon, whether we get up to the next fib extensions here, up into the prior 4th wave territory, or we just get rejected here at the 1-to-1, I feel this is a corrective move, guys, and we're not mooning right now. That if it decides to climb higher, it can do that. But you can basically draw this channel up like this. And it can continue to kind of climb correctively up this channel, however it's going to do it. but I don't think we'll get past this resistance right here. Worst, like highest it could go is this prior fourth wave, and I would call it another fourth wave with a fifth to the downside. So I do feel we are going to roll over again here and come on down for another fifth wave. And then when that happens, we'll have to see how we bounce. Do we bounce in 5 waves? If we do, beautiful. Or do we bounce in 3? Because if we bounce in 3, then guess what, guys? We're rolling over again. So to summarize it up really quickly here, I think we might make it up into this prior fourth. We're going to come down for a fifth. If we don't bounce with 5 waves and we bounce with 3, we're going to roll over again. And that process continues until we get a 5 wave move out of here. And then we still need to be careful because this 1, 2, 3, 4, and say this is 5, we can easily turn this into a 1 and a 2 and come deeper for the bigger C wave that I talked about. Okay? So I hope that wasn't too confusing. But let's move over to ETH. So let's go on up to the weekly. Get this off here. Let's put on our MAs. 50, 20, 200 didn't show up. 100. Okay. I don't know where the 200 is, but that's okay. Okay, so as you can see, bull run, we stay, in ETH, we stay high above the 20. Right here, we didn't even hit the 50. So there's a good chance that we're coming down here to give us this 20 a little touch. Okay. Let's talk about the count. Same with Bitcoin. It is exactly the same. On the weekly, we had significant bearish divergence. You can see it here. It's the same exact thing on the weekly for ETH. We need to hold 50. We don't really want to break through 50. Especially on ETH because it tends to trend much higher in its bull runs. So 50 is the place that we want to hold for ETH. Let me go. All right. Same exact corrections, guys. Same ones. We are either doing this was A, B, C, B, I'm sorry, and we're coming down for C. Running flat, we don't break A wave. Expanded flat, we break A wave. This B could handle another hit to the high as long as we don't hit the 1.618 sitting at 59.47. But as it stands right now, we have hit the B pocket. Okay, let's take this off. We have the triangle. I'm not exactly leaning that way, but it's possible. This is a pretty big B for a triangle, but I guess it's still possibly on the table for a triangle. Okay. Let's, on the daily, we don't quite have bullish divergence yet. Yes, RSI has moved much faster than price, but we still have this upwards look to it. We're doing a very good job of holding this channel. That's why we got this bounce here. Let's get a little closer look. Right now on ETH, if you pull a fib extension, and ETH is a much better looking count, I guess you could say. To me, it's much better looking. So right now on ETH, we have a 1. You could call this a 2. If that is the case, and this is a 2, it's going to mean that we're going to come down here to the 2.618, get a 4th and a 5th to the downside. If this is a 1-2, 1-2, we're going to come much deeper. But we can put the 2 over here. If that's the case, then I feel this is 3. We're making 4 that's coming up into the prior 4th wave. And we're going to get 5 to the downside. That is going to break this channel. Now here is the thing. When you have 5 waves, what starts with 5 must end with 5. Which means this is either going to turn into an A wave, we're going to bounce up for B, and then we're going to come down for C. Or this is all going to be a wave 1, we're going to bounce for 2, and we're going to get 3, 4, 5, and it's going to be further down. Now let's pan out and take a look. It's not as bad as it looks, right? What would it be? A, B, C. We would get the running flat that would protect the A wave, and this would be very bullish. If it was this, the bull counts are the same as Bitcoin, where we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're coming down for the A, the B, and the C for a wave 2. Or we have the 1-2, 1-2 scenario. So everything that we have thinking that's going to happen is all coming into the same area here. The only one that can mess us up is if we get the expanded flat. And the way that would happen is that when we complete the 5 waves, We do not bounce with a 5-wave move. We actually do a wave up, which ends up being a 2, and then we get a 3, a 4, and we come down for 5. That's how it would happen. Every time we bounced, we wouldn't get 5 waves, we'd get a corrective wave, and then we'd trend lower, we'd get a corrective wave and trend lower. But let's not worry about this deep one until we see, can we hold the running flat? Or can we hold the 1-2-1-2 scenario? So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was simple to understand. If you watched it to the end, can you please comment in the comments? Let's see. Comment, I think today, no, that's too long. Comment Dragonfly trading. Okay? And if you made it to the end, I want to say thank you so very much. And I appreciate every single one of you. And I hope you have a wonderful day.